của ngày học thứ ba kỳ Success Summit 2019 ngày hôm nay.
That was fun. I came to teach in Vietnam, and I ended up dancing in Vietnam. Huh? That was fun. Did you have a good lunch? Okay, now. Last session and pick out what was the most important thing you learned in the last session, okay? In that session, we talked about the laws of God. What was the most important thing that you learned in that session? Take a minute, pick out the most important thing, and then I'll have you share. Okay. How many of you picked up the most important thing you learned in the last session? Raise your hand. Got it? Okay. Take a couple minutes, share with your neighbor what's the most important thing you learned and why. Let's review for a moment what we studied on the laws of leadership. I've talked about the law of the lid. And the law of the lid just simply says how well you and I lead determines how well we succeed. If you remember, I used the visual of the hand. Our leadership limits our potential. So the more we grow as a leader, the greater our potential. We talked about the law of process that leaders develop daily, not in a day, and that our goal is to continue to develop ourselves, continue to grow. Mark talked about the law of navigation, how you and I need to constantly be navigating. I talked about the law of addition, how that we as leaders add value to other people. Mark talked about the law of legacy. So in this session, let me give you a few more laws of leadership to put under your belt. I would encourage you, if you don't have the 2032 Laws of Leadership, you don't have that book, I'd really encourage you to get it and read it and apply it to it. It will really help you get that read. Let me talk to you for a moment about the law. Here's another law. The law of solid ground. And the law of solid ground just simply says that trust is the foundation for leadership. That for you and I to be successful leaders, we need to develop trust with the people that we lead. This is really essential. A few years ago, I spoke at the opening session of the United Nations in New York City. And they asked me to speak on leadership to all of the ambassadors in the world. And so for 2 hours, I talked to them about this foundation that they needed to place beneath them as leaders. You see, there are 3 questions that people ask about you if you're going to be their leader. Okay? These are just intuitive, natural questions that, regardless of country or culture, that people ask if they're going to follow you. In other words, when you look at people and say, "Follow me, I'm a leader," before they follow you, there are 3 questions that they're asking themselves. Question number 1, do you like me? Do you like me? People want to follow a leader that cares for them, that likes them. They kind of want to know that you're important to them, that you value them. Do you like me? I want to follow a leader that likes me, that values me. That's question number 1. Question number 2 is, can you help me? If I follow you, is it going to get better for me as a follower? Can you help me? This is all about competence. This is all about the fact that you have been successful yourself. You see, the credibility of a leader is that he or she is successful themselves. That's the credibility of a leader. There's no credibility if you lead people out of title or out of position. There's no credibility there. But if you have been successful yourself, if you've done well yourself, then you can look at people and say, "Hey, follow me." Why? Because I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to be successful. I've been successful myself. I can help you. So when people ask me about leadership, they say, "John, for me to have people follow me, what do I need to be able to do?" I tell them right off the top, you have to be successful yourself. People follow you because they believe it's going to get better for their life. They believe that you know a better way, go a better way, that you can show them a better way. They believe that with all of their heart. And that's what attracts people to you as a leader, the fact that you've been successful. So, if you wanted, let's say you wanted financial help, if you wanted to learn how to build your financial portfolio, then who would you go to? Would you go to somebody that had no money? Would you go to somebody who's been bankrupt 3 times? No, you would go find somebody that had made a lot of money. If you wanted to have a successful marriage, what would you do? Would you go look for somebody that's been divorced 2 times and their marriage is bankrupt? No, you would go look for somebody that's had a successful marriage. In other words, when you want to be successful yourself, you look for a person that's been successful. And so this question, "Can you help me?" is a legitimate question. If I follow you, are things going to get better? In fact, I'm with presidents of countries quite often. And when all the media has left and all the staff has left, and it's just the 2 of us, just the president and myself in the country, it's at that moment I look at him or her and ask them, are the people better off because you're their leader? Are you helping your people? Or are you using your people to help you? Who's winning here? Are the people winning or are you winning? Who's serving who? And it's a great question. Can you help them? When people look for a leader, they look for somebody that's competent that can help them. So, do you like me? Can you help me? And thirdly, can I trust you? Can I trust you? In other words, if I do follow you, are you going to look out for my best interests? Can I trust you with my life, with my time, with my money? I mean, can I trust you? And all great relationships are based on trust. When trust is gone, the relationships begin to fall. So, as a leader, you want to really work hard on developing and building trust. And the way to develop and build trust with people is to value them and put their agenda above yours. Remember this, if you're a leader, the people come first in your life. You do what's best for them, not what's best for yourself. And I watch leaders many times when they get power, when they get titles, when they get positions, all of a sudden, they begin to look at the people and expect the people to take care of them. That's not where you want to go. You want to be able to put the people first, and they know that they can trust you, that you truly value them. So the law of solid ground is a great law, and it's all about developing trust with people so that you can lead them well. Stephen Covey wrote a book called The Speed of Trust. And the whole thesis of his book was that when trust is part of your work environment, people make decisions quicker, they move faster, because they're not asking themselves, are you trustworthy? So as leaders, every day make sure that you deliver what you promise. Every day make sure that you put your people first. These are things that will create solid trust.